Everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today's video surprise is on a small test result that I got on my Odyssey. So it's not ready. What does that really mean? Before we get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon when be notified new videos, and I really appreciate that thumbs up. That helps the channel a lot. Thank you very much in advance. My van is a 2013 Honda Odyssey EXL. And it's about 94,000 miles and then some. Well, the DMV in California requires us to do a smog test now, it looks like. Every 2 years that we need to do this thing. Unfortunately, my van just hit the threshold and needs to do it. So doing the smog test, I thought it was just an easy thing. You know, it's pretty new. It's a 2013 van, right? How can not pass a smog test? So I just went blindly and went to do a smog test. But before I tell you a little bit about that story, so I actually replaced the battery in September last year, 2020. Okay, yeah, I know it's hidden right here, and it's pretty bad design from Honda. You can see, right? But yes, I removed the battery and replaced the battery with a new battery because the other one was just really weak. Okay, and again, I did the smog test in early February. $30, I thought, at a cheap smog place, and it didn't pass. But that was not the worst. They wouldn't tell me why it's not ready. So why is it not ready? Just drive it around. That's what the lady at the counter said. The mechanic who did the test didn't tell me anything. What do you mean drive it around? You know, can you give me more information? Nada. No information at all. Not helpful at all. They gave me a $10 discount, or actually a lower price to go back and do the retest again. For $19.95 instead of $30 plus certificate. But that didn't help me, so I decided to do something different. Okay, definitely I wasn't happy. I lost $30 and took time off from work to do this, and I still didn't pass smog. Well, I didn't get anything accomplished just losing $30. So I found this article by searching online, and is my car ready for smog? Readiness monitor and drive cycle. Pretty decent article, goes in detail quite a bit, and I decided to check it out. So some of the things I noticed over here is that, you know, if you have 1996 to 1999, there's 2 monitors that could be not ready state. For 2000 and newer, only 1 could be in not ready, and pretty much that's sums it up, right? So I fall into the category, my vehicle's a 2013, so yeah, I don't have much choice. So let's look at a gasoline one. There's a gasoline one, and there's a diesel engine, or it's a diesel vehicle one, that is, right? So if it's a gasoline, you can have 1 monitor not ready for the prior than 2000. If it's 2000 or newer, you have to be all of them supposed to be in ready state except for the evap monitor, right? Diesel is a little bit different, something to flow out over here, and you know, your vehicle may differ why it has this issue, but the most common thing they mentioned here in this article. Okay, looking back at some of the reasons why this thing happened, right? So you want to know the root cause, right? Why did it happen? How can I avoid it? How get it fixed before getting the smog check, right? So disconnected the battery or replaced. Yes, that's true. Well, that was in September 2020. That was way back. Yes, I've driven over 200 miles plus over that. Probably more, right? Vehicle computer update or required an update. How am I supposed to know? A problem with either indicating by a check engine light or soon to be reported by a check engine light. Wow, I don't know about that, being psychic about it. Clearing out the OBDII monitors using a scan tool. No, I don't believe I cleared it out unless I did in my sleep. But then again, I did have the oil changed prior week. So another thing is that you want to find out maybe with an OBD, like a Bluetooth OBD tool as well. So you can find this before you even go to get the smog check. So you figure out you don't want to spend another $30 or $50, wherever that price is, to get another smog check, because that could add up over time, especially you don't know what state the car is in. So the thing that I do want to mention here is, like, it's like a learning curve, I guess, right? And never heard about this in the beginning. Better find out, otherwise be dumping money in the garbage can, type of thing, right? So this is a pretty good website. I'll post in the description, and you'll go into the drive cycle instructions that you could do, etc. Then this thing will work. Yeah, unfortunately, I did try this thing. I actually drove that, that Sunday, right? The whole Sunday, I just drove around, right? I tried all these different parameters and such, right? Like cold start, don't leave your keys prior to cold start, idle for 3 minutes, put the car in gear to 35 miles per hour, come to a complete stop. I did that. Get on the freeway, accelerate smoothly to 55, and maintain speed for 3 minutes. That's kind of hard for me to do in my area, so I think some of these tests is like doesn't simulate real reality, right? Decelerate to 20 miles per hour without braking. Well, I got a lot of stop signs here. I don't want to get a ticket, right? Accelerate smoothly to 55. But one thing you probably noticed looking back at this thing that I learned is that you don't want to go above 55. So you have to find a way or some location you could do this test. So looking at this doc, you go click on the Honda and Acura drive cycle. It tells a little bit more details. So Honda has its parameters. Of course, Toyota has its own parameters. And there's a reason why it's a failing, right? So you could read through this thing over here, the drive cycle prerequisite, and revving the engine for 2000 RPM for 3 minutes. Yes, I did try that. Idle for 20 seconds. Go to highway between 50 and 60 miles for 20 minutes. Yes, I did that too. So also over here, the gas tank should be 3/4 full. Alright, with a stop motor for 6 hours. All these special parameters come into play, right? Then again, you think about how is this going to be natural? I mean, that's just why I think about this smog check process is a little bit flawed at best, right? It doesn't simulate reality. It doesn't simulate real driving, but you try to make it look like it's real driving, right? Speed limit 65 right here in my area. People are going 70 sometimes. And conduct city driving for 10 minutes. A lot of good information here. But what really fixed the problem is basically talking to another smog shop. So I'm going to share that detail a little bit. But I do want to talk about... Okay, so definitely what we learned from here is you apply the driver at certain miles per hour and a certain time. But how do you know it's going to pass, right? So... how do you find that out? You need an OBDII tool like this one. There's a Veepeak. This is really inexpensive. It's a cheap tool and with a free application. Alright, so car scanner ELM OBDII app, right? So it shows catalyst not pass. That means it's failed. It's not ready. Alright? When that thing shows not ready, that means don't go get a smog test yet. It's gonna fail. And no matter it's the DTC, Diagnostic Troubleshoot code, or the current drive cycle, the current drive cycle definitely won't pass until you drive the vehicle for a certain time, then everything warms up and such. And you can see over here, the secondary application Carista also shows catalyst not fail. So that's something that you want to know before you go get your next smog check. So before you spend the money, that is. Okay, here's the result from another test I did following the procedures, etc. Different normal conditions, I guess. It was still failing. And you can see the dry cycle, it's going to have more failures and such. And this tool is not bad for that part. But actually, I found out calling a smog shop, a different one, after driving 45 to 55 for about 10 minutes. Everything passed. You can see the catalyst over there is passed. So that means it's ready for smog check. So it doesn't care about the current drive cycle. So, and it only cares about what you have on the computer. So no matter if you're pulling the first app I have or Carista app I have over here, even that one confirmed that it passed. So the Carista app is a great app. Just want to mention that, except that it doesn't do much for Hondas and Acuras. So this one is the BlueDriver. I purchased that one as well, and you can see over here that it's gonna show pass. Everything is ready for smog check over here. So a little bit on the BlueDriver. The tool that I purchased, I think is the best one for scanning troubleshoot code, but it's not something you can use to configure your vehicle, and it's pretty expensive overall. Regular price is about $100, and it gives you the troubleshoot codes and also scans your vehicle very in-depth. That's what I learned. Not very configurable, so you might want to buy more than one of these. You know, buy one BlueDriver, one of the configuration tools if you need to configure, see, rolling down the windows, for example, right? Or changing a certain item, the door locks, for example, right? So this is the BlueDriver, and my lesson learned from this whole thing is that, okay, a few things to learn from this video. First of all is that you're doing your drive cycle, make sure you do a test from 45 to 55 miles per hour for about 5 to 10 minutes. That actually will clear the not ready signal. And how to know if you're not ready or you're ready, definitely purchase an OBD scanner, no matter it's the BlueDriver, the Veepeak, or get a free scan for, say, from AutoZone, for example, right? Make sure your vehicle is ready for that smog check. Don't waste your money on that. If you go to a cheap shop, they probably won't help you and charge you money, which I did. Got charged for $30. So not happy about that, but I learned my lesson. And if you have troubleshoot codes, you might want to get one of these as well too. No matter it's a BlueDriver doesn't configure anything. It just looks at the code. If you want Veepeak, there's different applications, the EOM standard that you can configure and change. Hopefully this video helps you out. I really appreciate a thumbs up. Really appreciate if you leave a comment below if it helps others. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.